Hi, friends. So today is wild. There's actually some pretty wild weather. On the day I'm filming this, we have it's called a nor'easter, but it's basically like a hurricane. There's like hurricane force winds. So I have nothing plugged in right now. So I'm safe. But I don't know what day this will be going up, or if it will be going up. I mean, I hope I don't have to redo this. So today's a little experimental. So the only thing, I think that I've basically made videos that hint at this, but I wanted to have a specific video that addresses this. I want to put this out there in case anyone is like thinking about either seeing a medium. I don't give readings, but I've been on the outskirts of the field for the majority of my life. And if you're like thinking about, oh, should I see a medium? Should I take a mediumship class? I just wanted to put out, admittedly, this is my take, but this is my experience over around a little under 30 years being on the outskirts of, like, the field. The truth is this, at least in, like, I used to go to a lot of mediums, and I mean, even somewhat recently in my life, because it's fascinating, because I will tell you this, no two mediums are the same. Now, so this means, okay, if you're in a psychic development circle or a mediumship class, you may come to the same information as another person in the circle or the mediumship class. You may ultimately, like, I was getting that too. But, even if everyone in the world studied with the same mediumship teacher, we are enough different, and it's supposed to be that way, at least on this planet, that that no two mediums would be doing it exactly the same way, even if they're taught the same method. Like if we all studied with, like, I don't know, John Edward, right? Or like if we all studied with, like, well, I've studied with Suzanne Giesemann. A lot of people know her name. I just knew that I would, because this one particular video of hers kept coming back to me. And I was just like, oh, one of these days, like, I'm going to take her class. But the interesting thing about that was that I did take her class, and it did not have, like, it had like a sort of sideways result. Like, everything went, like, I took her class like I intended, but I didn't know what was going to be the outcome of that. But in any case, that's neither here nor there. But it is a good example because she uses, like, a lot of acronyms and a, like, very sort of, like, structured way of teaching. But at the same time, I can tell you from the fact that I've met many mediums. I like just bopping around the internet. I've seen mediums, sometimes intentionally, sometimes I've been read randomly by a medium. Like, I wasn't looking for a reading, but I drew in this medium or whatever. which would be a whole other video topic. But I can tell you that I've experienced many mediums, and no two of them did this work exactly the same way. And that's just the point of the video. That's really all I came here to say. And so, I will also say, like, I'm not encouraging you go to a bunch of different mediums and, blow all your money. That's not why in fact, I'm trying to sort of impress the opposite. If you go to, say, like, study with some medium, you're still going to be doing this work differently than anyone else in your class. So you will do it differently than I do it. I will do it differently than you do it. That's why, for me, it's not really a big deal that I am a medium, but I mostly work not with deceased relatives, but it doesn't mean I'm not a medium. I mean, I can do that. I'm capable of doing that. I'm trained in doing that. But I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy Aunt Sally. I don't enjoy Aunt Sally. So I work on a higher vibration than Aunt Sally. Like, just if I am doing and I practice all the time, in terms of, like, studying the type of, like, how frequencies work, can I tell that I'm all the time, 100% of the time, I'm a higher frequency than Aunt Sally? No, because I'm still a human being in a human experience. But if you did want to understand the stuff about frequency, then there's a book, Power versus Force. This is not necessarily a recommendation of this book because I think I had a copy way back, but I don't think I read it. So I can't say that I'm recommending this book, but this book, Power versus Force, is popular for explaining the thing of frequency. And you can also, Bashar is good. I just found a Bashar video that explains stuff related to the actual numbers related to frequencies. I don't know if I would be able to find that again, but it is out there. He knows how to explain it. So if you were to go on YouTube and look for Bashar and frequencies, he does know how to explain it. So I am not necessarily a higher vibration than any other being. And I'm not a perfect shining example of, like, average mediumship because I mostly work with guides and angels, and my special interest is spirit guides, and you don't really hear that much about spirit guides compared to when I was studying and learning. Well, I study every day and I practice every day. But when I was, like, learning when I was younger, there was a lot more talk about spirit guides than there is comparatively now. So in any case, what I'm trying to say is that actually do the opposite of me and don't spend your money on a bunch of mediumship readings just to see. I mean, because it does fascinate me, and so, like, sometimes I've had a reading where I'm just like, I wonder how this medium does it. And it's always different. Even as the client, it's always different. And that's fascinating and everything. But there are people who do get like addicted to mediumship readings. As I've been on both sides of it, I don't really feel like I am addicted to it, but I still have, done it more than I necessarily, I don't know. I've gotten a lot of readings, and it's fascinating to me, and it's my special interest, and it's also sort of my part of my profession. And so yeah, but and the same goes for like if you be careful like looking for a mediumship class. Don't break the bank to be like, I need to learn the method of like this one specific mediumship teacher. If it would break the bank, even if you go to the mediumship teacher that you're thinking of, you still might develop as a medium in a way that would surprise you. Like I said, I studied with Suzanne Giesemann. It was fine. I learned. I'd already taken other classes. I just do it to maintain my abilities, but I also don't plan on taking another class because, like, honestly, the universe is built to surprise you. So, I ended up surprised. Some of it was awesome, but did I desperately need to do it? I don't know. I mean, it's part of my path, so it's all good. And like, if you feel like a mediumship reading or a mediumship class is part of your path, like, that's absolutely awesome. I'm just saying that, like I've mentioned, that people can get addicted to a creator, sort of. Well, I don't even want to put that out in the universe, but it seems like people can get like very involved in a creator's energy, like that they feel like this really visceral pull to a creator. People can also become sort of addicted to mediumship readings. I've seen it, and no judgment, because that person has their path. But I have seen it out there in the world. And so just like if you are thinking about it, make sure that you trust the person or have a reason to have like you really feel like a real pull to this person, and it seems like legitimate, like they seem genuine to you. I guess that would be my advice. And I don't like make referrals or anything. At least I wouldn't make a referral. I mean, I've shared like some YouTubes that you might want to follow, because I don't feel any competition with any other YouTuber, because all the YouTubers that I've met are pretty nice. And we're all sort of in it together. Well, the ones I've met. So I have no issue with that, but I wouldn't make like a referral, like, go and spend money here or whatever. That's completely different. Anyway, this is way longer than I was expecting, but it's not that surprising to me, because it's kind of a wild situation here. We're in the middle of like a huge storm, and I didn't sleep much, and But besides that, more importantly, like, this is like something that I'm really, 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 really passionate about. So anyway, I just, if you want to study mediumship or see a medium, just know that all of us are different. And no two of us got there the same way. And that's part of why we're different. Even if we all take the same class, we all have different strengths and different strengths. And but don't get obsessed with it to the point that you just keep going to mediums and keep going to mediums. I'm trying to sort of make the opposite point. You really want to hone in on the medium that you trust the most. And do be careful out there. I am, like, it's the opposite of, see, I don't know if you saw that. It just got, like, way darker because of this whole thing with the storm. Like, it just got so much darker in my room, just in, like, a 30-second period. But, yeah. So, anyway, I apologize for, the, hecticness of this video, but hopefully I will be okay with releasing it, and it should come out on a Monday. As of this, while I'm filming this, I do have a bonus video coming this week, but by the time that you see this video, I don't know what order I'm going to put this in, but by the time you see this video, the bonus video week will have passed, because it's this week. So I don't know what week this is coming out. And it's a little rambly, even for me. Okay, I will, so just be careful out there, and just know that we're all different. We're all gonna have different ways of doing this work. You, me, anyone else. Hope this is helpful. If you like this kind of content, feel free to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I'm open to questions, and I will definitely be around on an upcoming Monday. Have a wonderful week as always.